Thank you. It's day 2 of the trial of former professional guardian Rebecca Fierle, who is charged with causing the death of a man under her care. Now, we've been following this case since the very beginning, exposing problems with Florida's guardianship system. If you aren't familiar with the case, here's a refresher. In September of 2018, Fierle was appointed the guardian for Steven Stryker. And then in May of 2019, Fierle ordered doctors to plug Stryker's feeding tube and place a DNR order on him. Stryker then died days later. Now, fast forward, June of 2019, state investigators said Fierle's actions caused Stryker's death, and judges removed her from all of her cases. And then in February of 2020, Fierle was charged with aggravated abuse and neglect of an elderly person. Now, fast forward to today, where Fierle is standing trial. And that's where we find our Adam Walser, who has covered this extensively. And Adam, get us up to speed here on what's been happening so far inside the courtroom.
Well, Jameson, they've been at it since 8:30 this morning. There are 6 men and 2 women in that jury. 2 of them will be kicked off after all the testimony. We're not sure which sex they represent. But today was the first full day of testimony in Rebecca Fierle's trial. Prosecutors are trying to prove that her actions as Steven Stryker's professional guardian contributed to his death. Now, the original investigation revealed that Fierle ordered Stryker's feeding tube capped and requested a do not resuscitate order placed on him. He choked to death at St. Joseph's Hospital days later, but evidence and testimony about that do not resuscitate order are being excluded from the trial after Fierle's attorney argued that that was too prejudicial, and a judge agreed. Prosecutors are trying to show that Fierle disregarded Stryker's desire to live by ordering that feeding tube removed.
He wants aggressive medical treatment. That he wants everything to be done to preserve his life and to extend his life that can be done. The evidence will show that she totally disregarded what Mr. Stryker wanted.
Now, most of those witnesses so far have been medical witnesses, doctors, nurses, and case managers who've talked about those days leading to Stryker's death. Now, the defense is expected to get this case sometime tomorrow. Jameson?
Okay, Adam, so you've seen the prosecution side. What are you expecting from the defense?
Well, in their opening statements, they reveal that they're going to be focusing on a few things, but one of the things they're going to talk about is that Stryker was a very difficult patient to place from the hospital into a facility. He actually was a convicted sex offender, so that meant that he couldn't go to a nursing home that was equipped to care for his feeding tube, and those assisted living facilities where he would be allowed to live were not equipped to care for that feeding tube. So that's one of the things they're going to argue. Another thing, they're going to argue that he actually wanted to eat and wanted that feeding tube cap. He told that to some people, so there's some disagreement amongst the medical experts as to what exactly his wishes were in those final days and his capacity at that time.
Oh, Adam, this trial seems to be moving pretty quickly here. When can we expect the verdict?
That's right. 10 witnesses so far in the first 2 days. It could go to the defense tomorrow and possibly to the jury tomorrow. That's still yet to be determined because we're not sure exactly how many defense witnesses will be called, but they've gone through 10 so far today, and they expect to keep them moving throughout this trial.
Adam Walser reporting live for us in downtown Tampa tonight. Adam, thank you.